So Janik actually asks if there will be morale in combat. No, because all the workers have no feelings.
Easy answer.
If we don't take them out, they'll just keep attacking us.
The Council still requires your active support. They're fighting a battle of attrition, but we will triumph in the end.
How about a hostile takeover?
Welcome to Titan, Founder.
Greetings, founders, and welcome to yet another Industries of Titan dev stream. My name is Marlon Weeb. I am the video producer here at Brace Yourself Games, and I will be your host for today. And with me on Discord, we have lead designer Andy Wynn. Can you say hello, Andy?
Hello.
There you are.
How you doing, everyone?
Do you want to introduce yourself? Say anything about the patch?
Yeah. So thanks for joining us again for another Titan Tuesday dev stream. The our major content patches for Titan Tuesday release on the first Tuesday of every month, and the theme of this month's Titan Tuesday is our tactical view for combat, which is something that we previewed at PAX's over a year ago, and people have been looking forward to. So yeah. Thanks for joining us.
And yeah, we have a good stream lined up for you today. We're going to play the game a bit, play the new patch. And we also have a giveaway that we're going to be doing a little bit later in the stream, so stick around for that. And yeah, I think we'll just get right to it. Andy, you said you had some things you wanted to say about a poll and maybe some plans going forward. Do you want to chat about that a little bit?
Oh yeah, so for those of you who are active in our Discord, a couple weeks ago, Maddie had released a poll to kind of get some feedback on how you would like to see our future Titan Tuesdays, the direction of our future Titan Tuesdays. We've definitely been getting a lot of feedback about wanting sort of improved stability relating to bugs that are occurring in our game, and we definitely want to acknowledge that we're aware of that, and it's something that we're working towards making better as well. So something that we've kind of been doing with Titan is trying to aggressively move the game closer and closer to the vision that the team has had for years. And since Titan is kind of trying to accomplish a lot of different game systems in one, it makes it really complicated to make a check all the possible fail states and instabilities that could happen, especially at the rate that we're adding features. So the balance from a development side is like how do we implement new content but also address stability problems in such a way that satisfies everybody. And so when we did the poll, we were basically asking people, what would make you happier? Would you be okay if we slowed down the rate of features so that we can improve stability? Or are you kind of okay accepting that the game is in early access and, with that will come new bugs, especially at the rate that we're adding new features? And would you like to just continue to have us add features with the expectation that we're going to address the stability issues at some point in the future? And so the results of that poll was something like 2/3 of people want more features, and therefore are okay tolerating the bugs. And then 1/3 of people have expressed that they want more stability. And even in our kind of like bug reporter that we have that you can submit anonymous feedback to, we've gotten some feedback where people have said that they don't care about more features because they actually are satisfied with how much content is already in the game, and they just want to be able to play that for like many hours without problems.
Interesting.
And just to be clear, a lot of the issues that we're finding become more apparent the more hours that you play in the game. So like we've gotten games that are like 40-hour campaigns of people playing in like massive cities, and that's just going to increase the chances of optimization problems and stability problems.
Right.
So as a response to that, I think what we're going to do is we're going to strike this balance where we're going to spend twice as much time as we normally do on stability issues, and as a result, it does mean that features are going to kind of be smaller in scope in our Titan Tuesdays moving forward, but we still will be adding new features, because one of the things that is also a concern for players too is that since they're not aware of where the team wants to take Titan in the long term, they don't know sort of how much is missing from the game, and from our perspective, a lot is missing from the game, and so we want to clear up that miscommunication first.
Right, yeah. Mr. Quinoline is clearly on the features side of things. More features, he says. More bugs. Yeah, that's a tough call, but yeah, I think it makes sense. Population Macaroni wants population simulation. Yeah. Tracozy wants more stability because he loves to spend hours in it. Yeah. Yeah. What should we? Let's get started here, then we can keep talking about this stuff. What should we name this thing? I was kind of thinking something along the lines of, I like using BYG as like big. I don't know if you noticed that in the trailer. I did name one of the ships Big Boy in the trailer. So like big time. Big time systems. Big boy systems. I also like doing calling it like big time environmental, because the environment is so important to Titan. BYG burger, big boy, big time Titan. Okay, big time Titan Corp. There we go. Big time Titan Corp Inc. There we go. No tutorials. We've played this before. Yeah, we did do burgers last time.
and on the subject of like letting people know what they're missing out on, it's like because we're gonna slow down. We're gonna spend a little bit more time on stability, and therefore slow down the feature implementation a little bit to let people know kind of where we are in where Titan currently is and where we want to take it. Is we're currently missing the ability for people to customize the interior of their ships. Right. When you play this version of Titan Tuesday that comes out, you're going to see ships that are authored by the design team, but you won't have control over how that looks until next Titan Tuesday. We want to add more variety to the types of ways you can engage in combat. So right now you'll kind of just blast each other out of with lasers. You'll kind of blast each other out of the sky, and having more ways to interact with the combat systems, I think, would be more fun. For example, like different types of weapons or status effects and stuff. But that's just within the realm of combat. One thing that we absolutely acknowledge is that as a city builder, our population is not simulated. They kind of sleep and work, and we want to have them have some form of happiness that you have to manage, and you can increase that happiness or decrease that happiness based off of recreational activities in your city. So you're going to have to balance that as well, and then they're going to be upset by things like pollution and waste, and so that'll give you another incentive to keep a cleaner city.
Right. Yeah.
Workers themselves also have some issues that we want to address as well. I think that something that's really important for us is that you have to pay the workers a salary. The workers themselves are mindless drones, so that the money doesn't actually go to them. It goes to their families for because they have chosen to work for you, and you have to compensate their families for that. But the reason why that's important the reason for this is the economy is for the economy's sake, we have a lot of people saying that credits don't really have a purpose, and the purpose of credits has always been to pay for the workers,
Right. So
and
that'll
that'll
be
dramatically change how you balance your population.
yeah.
So imagine, um, in the future, you're maintaining. So right now, it's a very popular strategy to convert all of your citizens because workers don't create waste, and so if you convert all your citizens, you never actually have to deal with waste. In the future, you have to always have a baseline number of citizens because they're the ones generating the revenue for you to pay for your workers.
Oh
So
my
therefore,
goodness.
waste will always be a problem.
Oh, that sounds so interesting. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, workers and waste citizens and waste will always be a problem because it's necessary for you to keep your workers functioning. So then
Right.
the question is, what happens if you fail that requirement and you can't keep your workers, functioning as intended? Then we have to have consequences for that as well. So there's so
Right.
much more on the city building side and city management side that we want to do as well, even though we spent the last about 3 months on combat.
All right. Yeah.
But speaking of which, yeah, this talk about combat. Like Marlon, you made the trailer. Was
I
there
did.
anything that you thought was exciting when recording that trailer?
Um, I was just getting excited to start targeting systems and stuff and taking out the ships. You know, targeting the weapons to take them out so that they don't damage my ship before they can fire, that sort of thing. I find that pretty satisfying.
Yep.
And I like how all the systems are working interchangeably now, and you can like take out the power system and like shut everything down, and they have to like move off of like working the generators, that sort of thing, to like fix things before the power gets back on and stuff. I love that. Mr. Quinlan asks, what happens when the turret Andy is working on gets blown up? Wait, are we naming
The
some characters here? Is that what you're saying?
the worker should technically die. And when you
I
have
see, yeah.
if you have a ship with workers on it, and as you should know from the current version of the game, those workers will die as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is actually a good opportunity to address some design problems that I'm sure some people will notice, and how we plan to address them in the future. So combat, for the most part, has existed in the form of turrets, which is actually extremely low risk if you think about it. Turrets don't require a lot of people to operate, and when turrets get destroyed, you can salvage a portion of their resources, and you don't lose that many workers, and it's very easy to reconstruct them. So that path is kind of like a very
Oh.
low friction, low risk path. Whereas with ship combat, especially when you start having to customize your ship, you're going to notice that there's a lot more thought that goes into creating a ship, and a lot more effort and work, and as a result, a higher cost of time and resources.
Mm.
And so when your ship gets blown up, it feels like it's not worth that particular risk, especially because currently when your ship gets blown up, you kind of lose everything. So
Right.
I think a lot of people are going to point this out, and I want to explain the long-term vision for why ship combat has a purpose versus turret combat, and so that'll get y'all thinking about where we want to take the game. So ship combat is all about sort of efficient disabling of the opponent. You can, given the right circumstances, use a single shot to completely disable a ship. So, for example, let's say there's a particular relay that's transferring the energy from the generator to the life support system. If you blow up that relay, the life support system will power offline, and then the workers will slowly begin to suffocate. So knowing
Right.
this, the workers will start to repair that relay, and then therefore they'll get off of their workstations, so they'll no longer be firing at you. And then you can probably shoot them while they're on their way to repair the relay, and so forth. So it allows you
Right.
to more efficiently disable ships, but that still might not be worth the risk of doing something because it still takes a lot of tactical effort. So something that I think something that I would really like to do in the future. Oh, Marlon's actually showing off our new filter
Yes.
highlight system there.
This is really handy because then you know which ones are trash. I find that to be really handy.
Yeah, trash. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, that's a community one, wasn't it? Was that a community one?
Yeah, it's like
nice.
it was like they're like, I hate clicking through all of my storage containers to tell what my filters are.
Yeah.
So we just put it on the container. Yeah, and then and Antoine designed it to look really nice. Okay, so in the future, we want to do a kind of like a risk reward type system where you can blow up a ship outright in the sky with a turret, or you can just use your, all your weapons to blast it out of the sky. But we want to incentivize you from incentivize you to disable ships efficiently with the least amount of damage. Because let's say you remove all the workers on the ship, and then you blow up their engine so the ship can't move anymore. You now have a derelict ship that's kind of that's floating there that has kind of valuable assets on it. We want to give you the ability to salvage that ship and extract the resources from that ship and then acquire it for yourself. So
right.
you now have the choice when you're going turret to ship is like, do I want to play the salvage route where I want to get the most resources but at a higher risk of losing more resources because I could lose combat, or I can just say screw it, I don't care about these resources and blow everything out of the sky.
Yes, that is a really good incentive to go for the ship route.
It means you have to find a way to eliminate the enemy's crew and engines with the least amount of collateral damage on the ship itself, or else you'll be damaging the resources you're trying to salvage. Will the player be able to shoot on rebel base? Yes, absolutely. So right now, the only way to we call it annexing. It's like the only way to get rid of rebel bases is to annex them with the command center, and you like claim the territory and then you dismantle them. We definitely want to allow you to fly your ships over and blow them up as well. Now, doing so in that way will cost you resources if you think about it, because when you blow up a building, it becomes rubble, and you only get about 30-ish% of your resources back by blowing it up. Whereas if you annex it, you get 100% of the resources back. But the command center route is much more difficult because you have to expand your city towards it, versus just flying a ship towards it and blowing it up. The other thing too is I want to in the future, rebel camps will actually have defenses of their own, like anti-air defenses. We have a rebel turret already. I think it just doesn't function right now. So that'll make it difficult for you to just freely fly around the map with your ships because they'll get blown out of the sky.
Right.
And that's another reason to kind of encourage sort of the annexation of rebels.
Interesting.
J-Nick is asking,
so many different tactics already.
Yeah, and that's just like scratching the surface. We really want to. It's one of the reasons why I hope the community is patient with us in terms of stability and gameplay balance, because we're still actually a small team for a game of this scope, and when we have all these different methods to kind of deal with the problem, it means that like internally we have to test all of those particular methods, and we're finding people playing in ways that we didn't even think about playing, like how they arrange their grids, or like the way they build out their city and stuff, and it's resulting in problems that we didn't discover. So that's what makes it challenging. So J-Nick is asking how to deal with the waste death spiral. Waste comes from your citizens and from salvaging resources. So if you're in a waste death spiral, it probably means that you're generating more waste than you're disposing of it, which means that your citizen count is too high. So you need to make sure you don't overgrow your population so that you can't remove all the waste, and also use the methods to rid of the waste, like smokestacks. Smokestacks and transportation systems will allow you to transfer more waste from your sources to your smokestack and then burn it. The smokestack does rid of waste pretty slowly, and I have talked in the past about other ways to get rid of waste. So right now, if you use a smokestack, you actually pollute your air, and I want you to have a method of disposing of waste by throwing it into the water, and then also by throwing it into crevices. But those methods will have consequences of their own. So crevices are the source of the zethane gas that you use, and I think polluting crevices will reduce the rate at which zethane emits from them. So you want to be careful about doing that, unless you're confident in how much zethane you have. And then for the water method, we actually have a design for how we want water to function in the game as well. And
Oh.
that water will be used to satisfy one of the needs of your citizens. So that's something else that you'll have to balance.
Oh my goodness. So much good stuff coming up for sure. I am not as good as I think I was when we were watching Alexa play. She's much better at like organizing this stuff than I am. I'm just kind of putting stuff around. Usually I'm playing this game as fast as possible so I can get the footage I need, but
so one thing I noticed that you did, and a lot of players do this, is you've maximized your build space by cramming everything together like Tetris. Currently,
yeah.
when the game detects that a worker can't path to its destination, it just like teleports the resources there. But in the future, so you haven't actually path blocked of any of your devices yet. But I have seen people fill every single tile with the container, and in the future there will be a path checking verification. Like it'll validate the pathfinding first before doing that action. So that will
okay.
no longer be a valid strategy for if players will have to consider their ability for the workers to actually reach their destination.
Gotcha. I mean, this way they should be able to reach everything at this point. But
Yes, they have a accessible side.
yeah. Who we all got in here? Oh, hey,
I think
Blendo
people-
Games. Nice. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, Blendo Games is my friend Brendan.
Yeah.
He's working on a game called Skin Deep right now, and
my
his last game
goodness.
was Quadrilateral Cowboy.
So excited for Skin Deep.
Yep, super cool.
Yeah.
Now, when people enter the ship combat, they're finally going to be challenged with considering pathfinding in their design once they can do this. And the reason for this is because you have to actually repair devices that are damaged by walking next to the tile that was damaged. So if you build your ship in such a way that you can't reach your devices, then those devices can no longer be damaged. But the trade-off is allowing accessibility to every tile dramatically reduces how much build space that you can use, and so your ships themselves won't be full of a lot of they won't be very dense, and some people may want to have device heavy ships.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna start getting some conversion capsules going here. Let's do some Tetrising here. See how that goes. I gotta get some people. Gotta get some people down here. We got coming down here.
This is a common question. Janik asked a common question. What is the benefit of storage container large versus storage container small? Because if you actually consider tile for tile, storage container small stores more resources than storage container large. So large, I believe, has more storage per mineral. So even though it takes up more space, it's more cost effective in terms of how much you're able to store for how much it costs. But let's assume that is not a factor that you're considering. The accessibility is actually a really important part of it as well. You have to touch one of the sides. And so the small container, if you build a 3x3 area with the small container, the center container is inaccessible and actually not valid. Whereas with the large container, you can access all 9 tiles with any single side of it, and it allows for different configurations. I think Ardent Spark actually literally says this. Yes, Ardent Spark literally says all of the reasons.
He got it. Nice. Yeah, I'm getting that monetization going there, Alexa. Good call. Good call. I need more people. This way we can get to some ships. Yes. Doesn't say how long we have yet till the first attack just yet, but I would imagine that's going to happen sooner than we think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. For those of you who want to know how the attacks work, it's actually based on your progress in the game. So the game's constantly evaluating your performance, and based on how well you're doing, it's going to generate an attack wave proportional to your success. And so if you actually suffer a lot of damage from an attack and then fall back, you know, a lot of progress as a result of that, the game will actually ease up off of you and not attack you for a while.
That's nice. Okay, now I'm just trying to make it all fit.
So we do. Macaroni is saying that someone asked if we were able to select multiple ruins at once. You know, we've been. Marquee is used in a lot of other games, or shift click. I think shift click or control click would be a lot easier to implement than marquee. The reason marquee is really hard is because our game's permanently locked at this 45-degree angle, and you draw marquee in like a rectangle. So like, how do you select the exact number of tiles you have if you're like, you know, trying to draw a rectangle on top of diamond shapes? So
Interesting. That is an interesting design thing. I guess you could do it where you like, if you click and drag down, it just expands the diamond. I guess instead of I guess it would be like a diamond shape instead of a square.
Yeah, like a diamond marquee, but then like, that's kind of weird, right? Like it.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's pretty weird.
If you draw straight down, how does it do the width? Then you have to drag to the left, and then it says, and then is it centered on where you clicked? Because like if you drag straight down, you would think that your mouse is the point of the diamond, but then if you mouse to the left or the right.
Right.
Yeah, it's a.
I mean, I guess I would imagine if I go click here and then drag to this one, I would select these 6. But yeah, I can see how that's a tricky one. And the shift.
The left side of the diamond.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's a way we could like figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just like, I think it's just so much easier to be like, okay, I'm holding shift, and then everything I click is like in the same.
It's probably one of those things where that'll get in, and then if you know we figure it out down the line, we can edit it or something.
Yeah. I wish it was easy.
Easiest version first, and then
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're trying to get to ships here. What do I got? I got 18 energy. Let's see here. I can afford a shipyard. Yeah, why not? I need more people though, because I'm gonna have to start. Because you have to crew them with your employees. Where should I build this thing?
So Janik is asking about the device versus building, like dichotomy, and that's a very, very common question, because like, you know, there was a time when people would say like, why would I build a fuel fabricator building versus a factory full of tiny fuel fabrication devices, and from the Zethane update a couple months ago, you can see how we're trying to address that particular type of strategy or decision making. Basically, the game needs to have simulations that incentivize you to use one or the other. So, for example, in the Zethane issue, there was a time when, because fabricators just generated fuel for no reason, a factory full of fabricators was way better than a single tile full of a fabrication building.
Right.
But now that they suck out of an area, devices have a lower range of influence than buildings do. So if you want to actually capture a larger area of Zethane, you need to build the building version. But the building versions have a lower rate of consumption on a single tile, because they gather less over a larger area. So if your goal is to actually consume a lot of Zethane in a smaller area, so let's say you build your factory literally adjacent to a sinkhole, then you might want to build a factory full of fabricators instead, to extract at a higher rate out of the sinkhole. So it really is just a matter of like expanding the game systems to really add that kind of complexity. So there's a more simpler version right now, which isn't fully finished, but the habitat pods, you can fit like 30 plus citizens in a single factory, but a residential building holds like 5, and that seems like a really bad trade-off. The difference is that residential buildings currently provide a statistic called pollution resistance, up to 30% if you upgrade it.
Yeah,
And so if you want your citizens to actually have better air, you would put them in residential buildings. Then when we add the population happiness simulation, they're going to want to live in residential buildings over living next in a factory, like, sardines in a can, and that'll be another thing that you want to trade off. So in the future, we'll have methods for you to make your citizens happier. For example, they can go to the club and drink like jubilance. So you could say, okay, all my citizens are living in a factory and they're miserable, but they have easy access to this beverage that makes them happy. But or I could say I don't want to force them to drink that beverage, so I'm going to build residential buildings for them instead, but it's less spatially efficient, that kind of thing.
We're just getting attacked by rebels here. We're about to build a ship and build some devices in it and stuff. Defend our territory. Why can't I build here? Oh, it's out of my command radius. That's what's going on here. I'm gonna build a shipyard down here once I extend my command radius. So now I have I can see this part here down here, and I can build my shipyard. And we're gonna start getting some roads in here as well.
For all of you veterans, I want to actually ask for your support and help. As I've mentioned, as we have mentioned a few times, the way the game kind of decides how to be aggressive towards you is based on how much you as a corporation are a threat to the rebel existence. So the bigger the city is, the more successful that you are, sort of being a profitable corporation, the more aggressive those rebels are going to be. And that system had to go through some modifications with this most recent Titan Tuesday patch because of how combat has been fundamentally changed. And so, before, rebels would kind of just come and they would shoot at you, and the rebels themselves were, ships with lasers. But now there are precisely 54 different rebel ships that can attack you. 54 ship interiors across 12. Is it 12? I'm losing count. 15 across 15 different types of rebel ships, and so
that's pretty impressive.
Each of those has different kind of like difficulties assigned to them based on how hard they are to attack and defend against rather. And so I'm really want to make sure that feels fair and you don't get assaulted by like a level 3 carrier right away. We did our best to try to make it fair. So please let us know.
Yeah,
there'll be definitely more rebels coming in the future as well. And a common question we actually get is, what about other corporations? Because you're definitely not the only corporation on Titan. That is something that we're planning on doing. However, it's kind of later in our development cycle because we want to make sure that the core gameplay systems are there first.
Right. Tick tick vote. Yeah, that's like a lot of ships. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, the 54 ships won't attack you all at once. The other thing is, so before there was no limit really to how many rebels could attack you. So we actually have people sharing screenshots of like 30 rebels assaulting their base. For performance reasons, since each ship is now a tiny simulated ecosystem, we didn't want the game to explode, especially because we're already getting people who are pushing the game to like the incredible bounds of like its ability to perform. So we've actually placed a limit on how many ships spawn and like kind of like the rate of it, to just make sure that you don't. I don't know. I actually haven't gotten to the point where like 10 rebel ships spawned yet. But if you do get to that point and the performance starts tanking, please let us know. It wouldn't surprise me, because like as you'll see when Marlin gets closer to being attacked, they're like little tiny factories, each one of them with workers and power simulation and stuff.
Ooh, I am. How long we got here? 15 minutes. Oh man. I might need to build a defense turret just in case. Is that cheating?
Not reaching power yet. Is your
that?
pylon touching your shipyard?
Yeah, it should be. I think I'm just really low on power right now. I need to.
Okay, so your turret. So also for everyone, the turret has changed a lot in terms of balance. I think it's like 3 times the cost, but also 3 times the power. And this is to move people away from, the original turret defense style of the original game.
Right.
The game, the game was never supposed to be about spamming turrets. There's screenshots of people who have like every other tile as a turret, and they're completely impenetrable. So the power cost is actually pretty astronomical. It's 12.
Okay. I need to get some quick minerals here so I can.
You don't think you can get a ship going? You can buy the cheapest ship. It's 16 minerals.
I just need I need more power.
You can disable your your mine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can do that. Still not enough.
Are you on one grid? It says are you on a single grid?
Yes, I believe so.
You need. How much do you need for the shipyard? Disable your transportation hub too. You did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Says 8. Yeah, I don't.
You need 8.
I don't quite have enough. I'm gonna build another power station here.
Yeah, I think.
I'm just squeezing them. Just squeezing them in here.
Yeah, so that a medium generator is +6, so that should be
enough.
Should be enough, yeah.
I'll squeeze in another
Although
one.
your fuel's kind of crap right now. Did you ever build fuel tanks? So I noticed that a rookie mistake that a lot of like players are doing is they're not building fuel tanks, and it's really important to do this because your fuel is finite, and so any excess fuel you're generating and not storing, you're actually throwing away. And so when you're getting into the situation that you have now, Marlon, where you're actually negative on fuel, and since you didn't store your excess fuel, you can't even use your excess fuel.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Can you turn on your Zethane overlay? I have the backseat game.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I am a noob at this game because I don't play this game normally that often.
Yeah, can you hit the advanced checkbox next to that?
Yeah, sure. So this is telling you the values of each tile, right?
Yeah. That's not that low, to be honest. I don't know why it's running. Oh, it's running negative because you have so many generators. Yeah, I think if you just build more fabricators.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's two problems that a player can run into with fuel now. The first problem that people are familiar with is what you're consuming more than you're generating because you have more generators than fabricators. But the second problem is a bit more complex. Fuel is sourced from the Zethane that's in the air that's generated from the crevices and the sinkholes, and cities always spawn away from those, and so you have to expand towards them. But what that means is in the beginning, you're consuming a very limited resource, and once that gets lower, it's going to get to the point where you actually can't sustain your power grid that you've kind of built balancing around it. So store excess Zethane, because a lot of people generate a lot of excess Zethane in the beginning, and also start expanding towards crevices and sinkholes, and then also don't over withdraw from a single location. The Zethane is spread throughout the atmosphere. You have to consume it evenly throughout the atmosphere, or else you're going to make these pockets of like dead zones.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, yep. Somebody. I see. This is what's happening.
What's happening? They're not relayed?
Can I build it there? Is that even possible?
It'll work. Yeah, it'll.
Okay. Oh, they just teleport. I see. Yeah, that's what was happening. Relays. Thanks, Alexa.
In the future, you won't be able to do that.
That's
this
a.
whole game,
Oh man.
this whole game is like debugging your game. Like these aren't
There we
actually
go.
bugs. This is just like like flaws in your city building, but like
Yeah.
it feels like you're debugging your configuration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we are in the shipyard. Do you think a small ship like this will be able to handle the first wave? It's tough to know, I
Yes.
guess. You think?
Okay. Well, I tried to balance it so that as long as you had a ship, you should be fine. But you do need to make good tactical decisions when you get into combat.
Okay, well we'll give it a shot. But I do need more minerals. Why aren't these guys? Oh, because I turned off my mine. Oh my goodness.
This is why it's pause and play.
Yeah.
My
I'm definitely.
my hope is. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm definitely using it a lot right now.
My hope is that like we get a lot of people saying that they stay at 3x the whole time. I want people to play really slow, like have to play at 1x and pause and play a lot,
Yes.
because the decisions should be really difficult to manage. And when you see combat, I think it would be silly to play at 3x at combat, but we can
Yeah.
see if people can handle that.
Papa Nee is like best tactical decision: set ship on a collision course. Unfortunately,
Oh,
they just
Mr.
move through each other right now. But I don't know. Is that a thing you'll be able to do? Collision courses?
Can you crash the ships into each other? Currently,
Yeah.
no. But
Yeah.
something that I think what we can do, or what I want to do is, and this actually answers someone's question, is in the future, is there a danger considered with fuel leaks or fuel spills? No, that's not something that we talked about, but because we don't want to have like random things happen, we want all the problems to be a product of something that you can have anticipated. But what fuel does is if it explodes, it actually explodes in massive collateral damage. And so I want to do a thing where devices factor into the explosion proportional to how many devices are in what exploded. So if you could, in theory, make a ship full of fuel tanks, fly it towards a rebel ship, self-destruct it, and then I think that the AOE damage from your ship should be able to take out the enemy ship.
Oh my
if you want
goodness.
to if you want to play that way.
Okay, here we go. Building the first ship. Go, little dudes, go! 5 minutes. Oh man. Tic tac toe. It's not all your fault. It's fine.
Mr. Quinn has brought up a good point, as he said that the council should provide you with your first turret. That's actually part of the long-term goal. Is there's a floor on your HQ called the combat floor, and that floor operates exactly like a ship interior. So once we have ship customization working, and then we'll eventually add the access to the combat floor, in which you can build devices and stuff on there. And so if you
Yeah,
get
that's right.
attacked and you're not ready, you can at least have a defense for your headquarters.
Yeah, that's what this red section is up here. Yeah, I love how the devices are universal across the ships and the buildings now. Like that's so neat to see those how that was planned from the beginning and how that's playing out now. But there's just a couple like ship specific devices that you use now, like lasers and although I guess you'd be able to install those into the combat floor. That's so cool.
Laser shields. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I love this track. It's the one for the trailer. 4 minutes. Oh, I know. I should be playing. I feel like if I play at slower speed, this timer will go down slower. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, which is not the case. Hey, lad. Good to see you. Yes, Danny B for sure. Just go Ender's Game on the last boss. Yeah, thanks. Epiphany. Yeah. Here we go. 6 seconds. Oh yeah, we got lots of time. Plenty of time. Oh, we have to name this thing too. We should be naming all of our people and stuff too. Oh, we gotta get employees in there. Get your butts in there. Come on. Gotta get more people.
Yes. Ardent Spark is asking about when the combat floor is added, does that mean that there is damage inside of devices inside of buildings? Yes, in ship versus building combat there will be damage. We have talked about ways that devices inside of your regular views, like your headquarters, your factories, can be damaged as well. But it's something that we haven't like play tested yet, so I don't want to commit to that. One of the things that we're trying to be very wary of is like the idea of randomness that can occur to just simply screw you over. So like in SimCity, like you could just have fires break out and stuff, and that's fine to some extent, but sometimes it feels really unfair. And so for us, like, you know, our randomness is like rebels spawn, but the rebels actually spawn based on your behavior, so you have influence over that. And also where the rebels decide to attack, there's a feature in the future I want to add where it actually telegraphs where they're going to attack, so you know how to react to it ahead of time. Kind of just reducing that feeling of like just chaotic randomness.
Okay, we got a ship ready to launch here. Here we go. This is such a satisfying little sequence. Yeah. There it is. Okay. Sumptuous
Take a look
Scorpion.
inside.
That's a pretty good name. Although somebody, I think it was Mr. Quinlan who suggested BYG Shooty Flyer, which I really enjoy. So we're gonna do the
Yeah.
BYG Shooty Flyer. That's a good one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Lulu added a bunch of random name generation to the ships, so
I love that.
some of them can be pretty funny.
Sumptuous. That's a good one. Okay. All right, where are we gonna go patrol this thing? I guess we're just gonna hover over the headquarters for now. Oh yeah, how does the okay, it supports 2 ships, so I can build another one.
You can go inside of it too.
Oh yeah, let's check out the inside. The brand new. Let's smell that leather, the fresh car. What would the ship smell like on Titan? What would the new ship smell be? I don't see any leather around here. I would imagine it smells like fuel. Progress, yeah, tic-tac-toe. Fresh.
Oh,
Yeah.
something that you should be aware of, players, is that the fuel generated on a ship is its own fuel ecosystem. And remember how fuel is generated based on the range of the tile that like it's in, or like, or
Right.
rather the zethane that's in the tile. So you could, if you fly over a zethane dead zone, you actually won't be generating the fuel there. So you might want
Oh.
to keep that in mind, because that could cause you to power off your system.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea. I might want to move somewhere that's not over top of all this generation that's happening here, because that like
Yeah, you're screwing yourself over because you're sucking out of your own. You want to kind of like hover near rich areas.
like over here, yeah. Okay, let's do that. Until the
Papa Nest asked if ships can transport materials, and not yet, but that's something I'm trying to figure out how to get in the game. So we have a device called an air purifier, and it actually removes zethane and pollution out of the air. And we don't have a device version of that, but it is something that we could support. And if we did have a device version of that, what it means is you can make your ship full of these air purifiers and fly around your city to clean up your pollution, or
that's cool.
fly it around your enemy ships and then make it so that they don't have zethane anymore, and then they can't. Yeah, you suck out all their zethane, so then they can't actually generate fuel.
That's
So you could
cool.
do that too.
I love that. I think these are all hooked up now, except for this one. This one is not hooked up. Yeah.
A little one?
The little one, I don't think it's hooked up.
Put a tiny pylon to the side of it. That might work.
Yeah, that'll do it. Just want to make sure. What do we got here for people? They're watching ads. Nice, making me some cash for ships. Okay, running low on that. A couple more of those. I always like putting trash cans around my devices because humans are really gross. Cash for ships, yeah. Oh, here we go. Here comes the attack. Yes, thank you for the alarm, tic-tac-toe. Artist Spark says, "Got to build more Twitch viewer cribs." I see what's going on here. All right, where are they coming from? Okay, shooty flyer. Here we go. Placing online bets. I'm gonna. You know what? I feel so good about this. I'm gonna put my bet on building another ship just in case the first one dies. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I need more minerals. Oh my goodness! Again. There it is. Oh, here he comes. Okay, pause. It's just a mini one. So we should be okay. It's speedy. Look at it go. Actually, before we do this, let us save. I'm about to
saving. That's
just
a well-timed save.
Okay,
you
here we
played
go.
many games in your day. You know exactly how to use the save system.
I have this really funny experience where one of my friends is playing Half-Life, and you know, you can like quick save in that one, and he like fell down a pit, and as he was doing it, he yelled, "I should have saved!" I always thought that was super funny. Oh, we're just passing each other. Oops. No. Like two ships in the night.
That's the engage meter. You have to close the engage radius in order, and then once it turns red, it means you're engaged in combat.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so what do we got here? What should we go for? I'm thinking. Okay, he has 2 generators, but he's got a lot of batteries too. So if I take out the generators, they'll be fine for a bit. Only 1 laser. Okay, definitely going for that. Because that'll take 2 shots. Oh no, it'll take 3. Because I can do these 2 and these 2. I can also hit him too, right? I can also hit the little guy. If I have to do it in 2 volleys, if I have to do it in 2 volleys anyway, I might as well do it. Yeah, go for it. Actually, no. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna try that. Okay, take that. Oh, so now it's disabled, right? Yeah, now he can't do anything. He's not repairing it though. Oh, there he goes.
Is it repairing it? Oh no, it sent someone else to repair it.
Yeah. Okay, so
And
I
then
want to keep that down, but I also want to keep a little pressure on there. Is this guy going to get healed? Is that where he's going? Oh yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
I guess what we could do is like signal what their intent is, like heading to medpod and stuff.
Oh yeah.
This is the first. This is the we just implemented this, so we have a lot more to iterate on it in the future. And
is the
looking forward to feedback.
Right. Yeah. Is the fuel tank explosions in this? Like if I take out this fuel tank, will that cause some damage like around it?
No, not in this version, but that's something that we want to add. Is that like it has the fuel tanks themselves when they get hit, they AOE.
I'm gonna hit this guy too. Oh, he moved. Sneaky. As long as I keep hitting his lasers, should be okay. It's not like it can do much to me. Yeah, somebody's asking about an advanced targeting system that can have like that could get that information. That could be interesting. Let's take out the other thing is that we could just go for the relays too, right? Because without the relays, they can't get power to any of this stuff.
Yep. And the relays they do have redundancies, so there's no single relay that tanks their whole system. And then part of figuring out which redundancies to take out is part of the puzzle.
Yeah, I do like how it's set up like a puzzle. I like how you design these things. It's very cool.
So Janik actually asks if there will be morale in combat. No, because all the workers have no feelings.
Easy answer. Here on Titan. Mindless drones, yeah. Oh, this ship didn't even have a chance. Easy. This means the next one's going to be really hard. That's my guess.
Yeah, I did it. There are 54, so like this is level 1.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how you fare against the level 3 ships.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is actually perfect timing too, because once we destroy the ship, let's do the draw. Road destroyed. Oh yeah. Oh, because they're right over my. Okay, that's a cool thing. That's relatively new. I think it was in the last update, but now you have to salvage your destroyed buildings and repair them and stuff, which is kind of cool. Maddie's glad I didn't name the employees after BYG staff now. Yeah. What do you mean? I have full confidence in what I'm doing here. Blow up a mineral patch. Ah, yes. This is also a new feature. A community requested feature, I believe, where you can dismantle mineral patches if they're in your way.
Probably be very rarely used, but it is an option.
Arden Spark says, polite reminder that creating a worker generates a ton of trash and removes their capability for independent thought. Coincidence? Brain is trash confirmed. Amazing. Okay. Why don't we, Maddie, are you ready for the draw? If so, then we can move over to that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, we're going to do the draw quick, and then we'll come back and do some more combat stuff. See if I can get to level 2 or 3 ships. Here we go. All right, so this is what we're giving away today. We're giving away it is a kind of desktop-sized parallax plaque. It's about the size of, I guess, my hand. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's a small little thing. So yeah, we'll be giving you the when Maddie starts the draw. I can give. Let's flash the keyword that you need to type into the chat to enter, and then we'll go from there. Here it is. All right, everybody, type !tactical to enter into the draw. Yeah, we have a lot of cool merch coming up. I think our BYG merch store is opening soon, the next week or two. We also have a full-sized one of these, which has even more layers and it fits on a wall, that sort of thing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Arden Spark, the little ones are for sale. Both of them will be. Oh, here we go. Giveaway is now closed. Tumas 8700. Congratulations. I believe there was 22 in there. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, Maddie should be contacting you via private message for your details. Congratulations on the win. GG and is always rigged. Let's get back to it. Yeah, how long in general do these attacks usually space out? How much time do you think I have?
It's anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour of at 1x.
Okay. It's always rigged. Signuts, thanks for the follow. Welcome aboard, founder.
The time in between attacks is based on your difficulty setting.
Ah, okay. I see. I'm gonna not enough influence to claim that. I might actually build. If I upgrade a mine, does it increase its radius as well? Do you know if that?
It should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
gonna-
if I recall correctly.
Okay. I'm gonna say that that's what is gonna happen. Okay, so I'm gonna put the BYG shooting flyer back over top of the fuel station here, just to tank up. Cygnets, can't believe you were following yet. Yeah, what took you so long? Welcome aboard. Traco ZG, how many minerals are lost when you explode the tile? That's a good question. Andy, do you know that one?
There's a random value that is like the salvage rate, and basically it takes into consideration the value of the thing that exploded. So like the more value that was in it, the more you'll get back, and if it's a crappier tile like a road, you'll get less back.
Aha.
And then it multiplies the total value against this like random rate, which is anywhere from like 30% to 50%, but that's also based on your difficulty value too. So on Titan mode, you only get like 5 to 10% back, and on easy mode, you get like 50 to 70% back.
Oh.
Because it's a way of saying like, okay, you've sort of failed, but you have it's like not such a harsh punishment. You can do something about it.
Right.
And the harder difficulties, you're punished more for having lost stuff.
That makes sense. I am low on influence.
The second ship is BYG, just in case.
Perfect. Thank you, Traco. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Our current ship is called the BYG Shooty Flyer. It's right over here. It's got one... Oh, there's a self-destruct button. Don't want to hit that. I almost clicked it.
Valeria brings up a good question, is will energy devices for factories change at the same time that we get the ability to customize our ships? And I don't know if this is exactly what you're asking about, but it does remind me of something I want to address, is generator devices since the beginning of launch have not required an operator, and they've always by design have needed to require an operator, which is why the power plant building requires an operator. In the ships, we use the operator version. So at some point in the future, we're going to retrofit the devices to require the operator version as well. The reason why we didn't get to doing that is because devices and buildings kind of exist on a different job management layer. And so it was going to be more trickier than we initially thought, and so it ended up getting postponed. But at some point, that will be something that you will have to consider as well, and that factors into something that people have asked is like, why would I build small, medium, large generators? Well, in this case, large generators, they will require one worker, which is the same amount as a small generator, but it takes up more space. It makes it harder to fit.
I'm kind of kicking myself that I destroyed that mineral patch now.
You had to show off the feature.
I had to show off the feature. Worth it.
Now, when you destroy rocks and mineral patches, you use an explosive, and that explosive generates pollution. So it's just something to consider if you're gonna go around blowing up your areas.
Sorry, it uses. What does it use? Missed that part.
It uses an explosive that generates pollution.
Oh, it generates pollution. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the destroy action.
It's raining right now, so there's not. It's kind of keeping things under control a little bit here. What should I be going for here? I'm playing at the slowest speed. That's what's going on. I gotta get the. Oh, somebody else suggested the Plan BYG. I love that. Boomer Falcon. These are all good. Oh, there's a poll.
Oh, nice.
Vote now by typing Boomer Falcon, BYG just in case, or Plan BYG. Oh, nice, Maddie, nice. Boomer Falcon, okay. Well, we haven't quite built the ship yet, so we got some time. If you want to get in your votes, Plan BYG.
Traco asks about a feature that we've talked about for a long time called Call to Arms, and what sort of like optimizers have been doing is like removing the worker from their turret when they're not in combat to preserve the energy, and then putting the worker back in the turret whenever they are in combat. And when you have a lot of turrets, that becomes a laborious process. And the same could be said with when devices will begin to require workers, like lasers on your combat floor and such. So we've always wanted to implement this call to arms ability where you could flag a job as call to arms. Like any job, you could just like tag it as call to arms, and then
that's
when
cool.
you click the call to arms button, it loads those, and then when you click the button again, it unloads them.
That's cool.
That's just part of a quality of life thing, but we haven't gotten around to it because we're focusing on like missing features rather than like convenience features.
Right.
But definitely something that we want to do.
That's a cool way of doing that. I like because you might not specifically want that action to happen with like combat or something, because you would assume that it's combat, but maybe it's like, yeah, I need minerals right now, or I need all these ruins surveyed or something, right? Like, is that kind of the idea? Like, you could just, hey, survey ruins, like that would be the call to arms button.
Yeah, right.
That's super cool. I love that. What do we got here? Okay, we got 57. Is it time to build our second ship yet? I'm gonna build a level 2 this time. Oh, it is. It's gonna take 8. It's gonna take 8 all of our employees. Okay, I'm gonna get up my employee count first before we do that.
There is a way right now players can kill themselves if they use all of their workers on their ships, and they have absolutely no way to get those workers back. So
Right.
do not use all your workers. What we will do in the future is allow you to land your ship and unassign workers, and also when you customize your ship, you can choose how many workers go on it. So you don't have to have 8 or 6. You can have like 2 or 1 or something. And so that it'll be less of a problem in that way. But I think it is important to allow people to land their ship, repair things, dismantle devices, add devices, and assign and unassign workers.
Oh, did you guys did the chat did the poll close already? Not yet? Oh, I can just queue them up. Okay, cool. Oh, that guy was not in a good. Did you see that? There's one guy that was not healthy, because this factory does not offer any protection. So it's probably better that he gets converted.
Citizens are sick. Like the ones watching the pods.
Yeah, they're really sick.
They look like they're hunched over and dying.
Yeah, that's because there's
what's your pollution?
I don't think it's that bad. It's just kind of like a low amount of pollution, I think. Oh no, it's a tie. Just in case and Plan B. BYG just in case and Plan BYG. So unbreak it. First one. Who's gonna do it? J-Nick. Nice. Plan BYG it is. Or Andy. Do you want to make the final call?
I like BYG just in case.
Okay. The designer has spoken.
It's just the name is first name Justin, last name Case.
Right. Okay. Yeah, can I see somewhere? Oh no, I guess you can't really see what overall health is yet. Okay. Not until the population sim, I guess. Okay, here we go. We're gonna build one. That was a fun test. Thanks, Maddie, for putting that together. Okay, it's gonna use a lot of employees, but we will make up for that. Here we go. Ship number 2.
So, some of you may appreciate this, but we've responded to the community feedback and started you off with 8 workers instead of 5. Some of the veteran folks were saying that the early game was really slow, and they've kind of done it so many times now they wanted it to be sped up. So, and also with workers dying now, that we wanted to give you more workers in the beginning so that you can get to the combat faster. Also,
right.
we've increased the rate of artifacts dropping. So because workers are going to start dying more, we want you to be able to replenish those more quickly. I think it was like a 30% increase in artifact drop rate.
All right. Nice. I'm going to start digging my way over here to so I can start building some fuel. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because the fuel, yeah, the nice hot spot is right here. Signets, what customization options are there with the ship exteriors? I don't believe there are any at this point. You just pick from a bunch of pre-made ships made by our art director, Antoine, or Sir Karma on Twitter.
We have 15 player ships available for you to choose from. Something we've talked about internally are skins for your ships. So you can choose kind of like a different color palette for them, but it's something that will take some time before we figure out how we want to do it, because we don't want to break the art direction of the game.
Right.
And then on the interior side, in the future, you'll have the ability to customize the interior however you want, but also select from a variety of interior designs in case that you kind of want to skip that process. Right now, there's only one layout per ship, but I would like to provide you with several per ship.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, even just like a livery kind of, yeah, changing the ship look would be cool. Oh, we have a ship that's ready to fly. All right. The BYG just in case. Here we go. What is it? Brown Scathy. All right. BYG. Wait, are we doing all one word, or are we doing just in case?
That's the name, just in case.
That's the name, just in case. All right.
Thanks for joining us, Silber.
What do we got in here? Let's check out what the layout is like in here. So currently you cannot customize your interior. It's predefined by Andy, but the next update we should have so that you can build this kind of the same way you do with your buildings and really customize it. Thanks for hanging out, Zilber. It's getting late in your country. Thanks for joining. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. 2 lasers, 3 lasers. Ooh, we got a medium. That one's nice too because it's got a 4 block row, which is really handy for taking out lots of stuff.
The medium kills 4 tiles and the small kills 2, but the medium takes 2 seconds longer to fire than the small. So smalls can interrupt the medium if you fire at the medium before. Which is that's how it trades off, yeah. And then there's also a large which does 6 shots, but that is 2 seconds on top of that, so the medium can interrupt that one.
Oh, so you kind of have to like really strategize which ones you want to hit where, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
To maximize your damage. All right, my goal right now is to try to, because we're kind of draining some fuel here. I'm trying to get a fuel tank in this area over here, like maybe this tile. I could just destroy them, but I should probably. Ooh, the other thing is that we have 2 people in a full-time job. So full-time jobs are like the energy plant, that sort of thing, and 3 people on temp jobs. So they're kind of roaming around doing kind of the odd jobs. And 12 of them are in shifts. So we're running low on employees that are doing stuff around the city. So I need to really up my population, my worker population here. Do that at the... Okay, I can't afford to do that yet because I don't have any... there wasn't any...
So Signuts, the compensation is not in the form of range, it's in the form of DPS. So like you can take out more tiles over time if you're able to pull off the extra 2 seconds. And hitting more tiles allows you to like disable more devices more. But also if you're going for the whole damage victory, because like every shot that fires disables devices, but it also every shot reduces the overall hull integrity of the ships by 1. And
yeah, that's right.
If you're just trying to blow up the ship outright out of the sky, then the larger lasers are better, but they just pose a higher risk of being disabled sooner.
Right. Okay, so we got our 2 ships. We got the BYG shooting flyer and the BYG just in case. I'm gonna position them over the fuel here to fuel up. I want these things to go so that I can build some fuel. Fuel generator, fuel needed. Yeah. I don't know if... Oh, actually, we have some extra space on the 2nd floor of our HQ. And since I already have a power generator, I'm just going to build a couple fuel generators up here. How are we doing with Zethane here? 20. So, okay. Hopefully it won't drain that tile of Zethane entirely. Yeah, when's that rebel gonna attack? I'm ready. Fuel turbine. I'm gonna build a road out here. Why not? Okay, we need some more artifacts. Prioritize that one. What else we got here? Okay. Surveying that one. Surveying that one. Okay. I might even build a mine over here too. I do enjoy using the mines for harvesting these patches now that that's possible. Oh, thanks for the follow. Sorry, I just missed your name, but just left the screen before I could catch it. Welcome, founder. Yeah, we need to get... I should really get some Titan-specific alerts on here instead of the Necrodancer one. Good day. Let's see here. Where are we at? You know, a little animation of the worker walking? Oh. Yeah, that's actually good. That's a good idea. Maybe on the space station or something? Yeah. Let's think about that. Ah, here we go. It's Bahar. You didn't hear my last warning, so I'm going to show you how serious I am. Surrender now and I might show you mercy. Proceed to fight and I'll destroy you. We'll see about that. When will they grow tired of this nonsense? Deal with them swiftly, founder. Our patience is growing thin. Well, we have 2 ships. Oh ho ho! We have the BYG just in case.
Bahar always up to no good.
Classic Bahar. Bahar is named after our QA person, Soggy Newspaper in the chat. She is a rabble rouser, yes. Okay. Next attack, 20 minutes. We'll see if we can deal it. I'm gonna send in our shooty flyer initially for the initial wave, and if that goes badly, then we'll use the backup. Can you repair the ships at this point? You can, right?
Yes.
Okay, they just kind of stand underneath them and repair them, sort of thing, or how does that
Yeah,
work?
so I'm glad you brought that up because we have our kind of current implementation and then our long-term implementation that we needed to discuss. So currently, you repair your ships by selecting it in the city view and hitting repair, and it just kind of like magically repairs the hull.
Okay.
This is not how it's going to work long term. It's there as a band-aid for the lack of what we really want to have, where in the future you won't be able to repair your ships in the sky. You have to dock them at a shipyard. So like any vacant shipyard, you'll click your ship, right-click on a shipyard, and it'll land it. Once it's in the docked view, and you can go into your shipyard and see that the damage and whatnot, and then you can issue repair orders there. Unassign, reassign workers, heal them, change devices, etc. And that's how it'll work in the future.
Nice. And then you can swap out your that's exciting. Looking forward to when we can start really customizing the interiors.
This is filthy.
My place is filthy. That's because I don't have enough employees. They're all on ships. Or they're watching ads, apparently.
And they're sick too. Look how miserable they look.
Yeah. This one's really wobbling. He's having a hard time watching those 24 hours of Twitch streams. Look at all that trash. Must watch ads. Papa needs a separate ship dedicated to repairing other ships would be needed. Ooh.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
Yeah. I guess
Going
kind
down
of
on
the goal is to try to do as much with the ships as possible, I guess. Huh? Come on, guys. Build that stuff. Yeah. I need more people. I think I'm going to start building some conversion centers and stuff. Yeah, maybe let's do that. Maybe give them some residential areas that people are seeming a little down right now. Love watching the little trucks go. It all depends on how often you have fleets away from home. Oh yeah. Yeah, build that stuff. Ooh, oh man, I keep forgetting to get more artifacts. Here's 4. Let's just do it. Yeah. So yeah, things are looking pretty good right now. I'm feeling good. Although we really need to get this fuel turbine going here. Come on, let's prioritize that. Yeah, there you go. Get over there. Oh, the road's blocked. Uh-oh. That's because my transport hub doesn't have the influence over there. Now, the question is, do I build another one over there, or do I upgrade this one? So if I upgrade it, we'll only reach this one block, I think.
Oh, that new transportation overlay is for this month,
Pretty
right?
sweet. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's some new overlay stuff. Yeah, this one's pretty nice. And then there's also a new one for the Zethane, because it's got this nice little wavy line here.
Mm-hmm.
Really showing you where the gas is coming from. But yeah, should I just build another one? I kind of like the idea of having small ones. spread out. Oh, let's build an office too. Let's build it right in the city core. Can we afford yet? No. I'm so low on employees. I'm like not getting any of my work done. Oh, they're busy getting my fuel turbine done here.
One of my favorite community features that we added this is there's like a little flag that appears underneath your workers whenever you have any that aren't working. All your workers are like fully working right now, so you won't see it.
Oh, that's handy. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Yep, that's because you're keeping them busy.
Keeping them
like
busy.
A good manager. Good manager.
Hey, Caleria, you played 72 hours across experimental and main branch. Wow, that's awesome. Thanks so much.
Caleria.
Yeah, thanks so much for all the support and yeah, that's great. Traco wanted to ask a question regarding scanning ruins. I often just dismantle all the ruins. Is there a chance of missing rare minerals by just doing that? Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah. If you mean you just click on, you just go here and you go salvage right away.
No, scanning does not get you more resources than would have been in there if you had scanned.
Right.
Or less. It's the same amount.
Yeah.
But
it's
what
just
it
you
means,
just don't know. You just don't know what you're getting, kind of thing.
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting. And if you have a ruin that is like rich in artifacts and like is full of waste, then you probably would have wanted to scan and extract it instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Come on, oh man! Oh, they're still bringing minerals to this thing. Oh, they're taking the waste away. Oh yeah, so this is, I don't know how recent this was, but now they have to like equalize, so they have to remove the waste before the thing gets built. And I don't have a road there because
You have to upgrade your transmission hub.
yeah, I won't reach it though if I have to upgrade it twice.
Or you could build another transportation hub.
Yeah, I wanted to build one like here. Yeah, they're all too busy. Oh. I was like wondering where that truck was going at first. I was like, you can't go over there. Okay,
I think it's like around this type of size is where there's so many like problems within a city that like it starts to bottleneck progression.
Oh, you mean player? Oh, whoa!
Oh, you get attacked.
Oh my goodness, that thing came. I was like looking at the. Oh my goodness! Oh, that happened so fast. I was like looking at the other screen, and all of a sudden I saw this thing fly in from the right, like.
It's a cool pause shot, though.
Oh yeah, there you go. Like a little cinematic view. Oh, whoops. I was trying to spin the camera around it. No.
Does it rotate around your mouse or the center of the screen?
I think it rotates around the center of the ground, and it's because these things are above the ground, it doesn't quite.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we need Shooty Flyer to go over here and deal with this.
Oh crap! There's two. You
Yeah.
got two. Is this your second attack wave?
Yeah, this is second attack wave. Okay.
Okay.
Then we're gonna go in here.
I think you're playing very aggressively, or expanding very aggressively.
Pretty aggressively?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought I paced it so that 2 attacks wouldn't happen for a while, but I guess you must be doing really well.
Well,
This is a really easy ship, though.
Yeah, I just have to disable this laser. I think I'm just gonna keep it focused on. I think I should be good. I should be able to leave it. Yeah.
You can leave it.
Transport hub under attack. Oh, that's nice. I like that it tells you exactly what's being attacked. Oh no! Don't do it. Okay, here we go. Bahar hates
tall buildings.
I love that. Repair. Oh yes, thank you for the reminder, Claria.
Bahar wants to preserve the skyline, and your tall buildings are interrupting the skyline.
Is that it? Is that actually it? Is that the lore? That would be amazing. It's just like the tallest buildings. That's they block my view.
I have noticed that upgrading the HQ is a pretty aggressive. You get a pretty aggressive reaction to that.
Oh, I see. Oh man, I don't have. How am I so low on? Ooh, I need to play at a slower speed here. Okay, we're doing fine there. Should be doing fine here.
Let's see what the game decided to do. So if you notice the interiors of these two ships, they're actually they're like much less dense. So they're like easier ships to deal with. And so it decided to spawn 2 easy ships rather than like a medium-esque ship.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, one
it's
of
just
my
Oh, your laser got offline. What happened?
Hey, Katie Bear, thanks for the follow. Welcome aboard.
He must have been injured. Oh no, I think he went to go repair something.
No, they're all there. I think it's yeah. Uh-oh.
Okay.
I think we might have got a crash. Oh no!
Send in close.
I should have saved. Luckily, there's an autosave. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. It is early access, everybody. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get back in here.
Just in case. If you do get a crash, please hit the send button. That
Yes.
actually gets sent to our like a server, and we use it to prioritize what we want to fix.
Should I send a crash reporter thing? Does it help?
Yeah, I guess like you were in two. Well, that goes to our Slack channel that gives us the bug feedback.
I can
So
just say hi.
we watched it. Yeah,
Hi.
you can say hi.
Hi from the stream and everyone in chat. Here you go. Sure. Oh no! Oh no!
Wow, that's a new one.
Oh no! Well,
Sending a crash report crashes the game. How do I send a crash report on that?
oh no. Well, now we have a crash report on that. Okay, I'm just gonna close that for now and then load my game. Autosave. Where are we at here? I'm gonna go a little bit back, I think.
5 minutes back.
Yeah, I'll try that. We just got someone saying how nice our crash reporter is too. Nice. Codex read, please. Oh, whoops. Might be. Maddie wants me to read the codex. Hang on a second. Back
Oh,
to
it's
me.
only on the main menu.
Hang on.
I think she meant the loading screen. But you also have the codex.
Oh, we also have the codex. Oh, you want me to read it out aloud? I see what you're saying. Sorry, Maddie.
Yeah, the loading screen.
I'm catching on here. But the codex is cool. You can see everything. But we added that a while ago, I think. It's nothing terribly new. But I will read it out this time. Over the past 1,000 years, Titan slowly lost some of its toxic atmosphere to interactions with Saturn's magnetic field. When humans recolonized it, however, they began to rapidly rebuild that smog layer. Nice. We have fun lore snacks on the loading screen. Oh, right, because they're randomized now. Yes, I do remember this being added.
There should be about 3 to 5, depending on the loading screen.
Oh no, a citizen died.
A&D.
Reason unknown.
Oh, there was a missing text string on there. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You hover over the death. It said reason unknown.
Yeah, unknown. Add that to the bugs.
Yep.
F.
A&D.
Now say it like a space pirate. What the lore? Can I do a space pirate? The smog layer. I don't know. Is that like what a space pirate sounds like? Or are we talking like the ones from Metroid? AMD. Okay, you guys need to prioritize this. Oh, one thing I realized you could just do. Could you save scum? You can save scum like your rolls of the ruins. I just realized.
Cannot.
You cannot? Oh, does it
Yeah,
change? Does it change every time?
that is something that I was very particular about making sure it didn't happen. So what happens is the
Nice.
contents of every ruin is predetermined on map generation.
Smart. Except for the ones that you've already surveyed, I would assume.
Well, like when you start a new game, every single tile has a the amount is determined during map generation. So saving and loading does not affect or surveying does not affect like any contents.
Gotcha.
It'll always be the same.
You know what? I'm just gonna build a transport hub here. I'm tired of waiting. Cancel that.
Traco, rotating, connecting buildings and whatnot is something that has been requested for a very long time, and so it's just a matter of like when we get to it, we'll get to it. But it's something that we want as well.
I don't want this advanced mode. I want you to survey the ruins, please and thank you. Okay. Okay, let's see if this attack works. I'm gonna save just before it happens. Tyrell Corp building is my favorite. Ooh, yeah. Yes, Antoine, our art director, is a big Blade Runner fan. Here we go. That came up really fast. Okay, save. It's all gonna be okay. Crossing fingers. Cross fingers, everyone. Blade Runner? It's, I don't know, some guy running around with a knife? Sorry, that's a terrible joke.
Which you shouldn't do, by the way. That's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Alexa says he loves Marlon's save names. Yeah, I tend to have some fun with my save names when I'm making trailers. Especially when it's like, okay, now I'm gonna build the thing. Okay, actually now I'm actually gonna build the thing now for real. That's like one of my save name titles. Okay, we got the combat music going. Where are they at? Aha! Oh, you can see where they're going. Oh, I didn't know that. Yes. You will meet your doom from the BUAG shooty flyer. Let's set this up so that we're taking out. How does the so when you're attacking a device like this, you have to take out a certain percentage of it before it's disabled? Is that how it works?
All the tiles, and it disables the device. And in order for the device to be brought back online, it has to be fully repaired.
Oh.
It's not too dissimilar from battleships.
Gotcha. Oh, how dare you! Oh, I gotta get back to my other one here. No, you're not getting away.
It's a device in the future that called a jammer, where it'll create like a area in your ship that's blacked out by fog of war, and so you can't see it. You kind of have to like guess where you're shooting to.
Ooh.
But there's a counter device called a scanner, which you can then target areas that are jammed, the vision's jammed, and then see through it.
Oh.
There's a lot of ways we could take the combat.
Yeah, yeah.
This is only laser combat right now.
Yeah. Yeah. What's coming? Can you talk about what's coming down the pipe for combat weapons and stuff?
Yeah, I can tease it. are it's something that you could infer if you were thinking about it. So if you notice the Gatling gun turret, or the turret that we have in the city, it uses a Gatling gun. It doesn't use lasers, and everything in the game kind of has like device and building counterparts. And so something that you could infer based on like our trailers and stuff is like a laser equivalent to the building, and also a device equivalent to the turret, or sorry, to the turret. And they'll have different properties. Like the laser kind of has these like hyper precise targeted attacks, whereas like the Gatling gun is kind of like it shoots a lot of bullets, but they're more inaccurate.
Oh, I see. So it kind of goes over an area or something. I like your guys. Yeah. Totally at this time, Project 808. Yeah. I've definitely been there. Do the rebels always start out as aggro? Is there any option to parlay first?
So, one thing we haven't implemented yet is like different types of behaviors. So right now, the rebels they go into your city with the mission to destroy everything, and at some point this is kind of like a in discussion, is like adding ways for them to decide to flee, or maybe do sort of like warning damage instead, or like call for reinforcements or self-destruct if they feel like they can't leave. So these are other behaviors that we wanted to kind of explore. And then as far as like negotiating with them, I don't think they're really going to negotiate with you, just because we're like on the polar opposite of what their agenda is. Although it's been the rebels will, as the game develops, I think you'll learn more about what the rebels' place in the world, and how that affects gameplay. So I think that's something that you can look forward to. They're more than just these things that can attack you. And then as far as like more diplomacy or diplomatic interactions with factions, that'll come down to when we add simulated rival corporations that will also attack you, but under the watch of the council. So there's different implications there. The council sanctions any combat amongst corporations if you pay them like a war bond, and so there's like a different diplomatic aspect to that.
Nice. Yeah, looking forward to hearing more about the rebel stuff and the lore. There it goes. Good job, everyone. Shooty Flyer's got 2 under its belt, just in case. It's got 1. All right. We're coming up on almost 2 hours here, so I think we're gonna end it soon. Now that we've got 2 waves under our belt. Is there any last questions, or Andy? Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we call this stream?
There's also something that I think you didn't manage to show off in this stream, which is that if you go into the streams, or sorry, if you go into the ships, you can actually manage the AI of your workers.
Oh,
like
that's
their
right.
Prioritizations and stuff.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
It's definitely something that we want to iterate on, because it's using a similar system to what you're familiar with in terms of job management. So you can kind of like say, okay, I want you to operate these devices first and repair these devices first. So that's just kind of like your prioritization for repairing and operations.
Right.
If you hit the advanced option, it breaks down the categories into every single device on the ship.
Whoa.
And then also you can tell the AI when you want them to repair something and what level you want them to repair it to. So you could say like, if my generator is at 2 health, repair it to 8 health, or if my fabricator is at 0, repair it to max. And I want this number of repairs on it, 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Like this number of people working on it, kind of thing.
Exactly. It's crazy complicated, and so that's why it's called advanced mode.
Yeah.
I don't know if many people will use it, but I'm sure there's someone out there who will use it and would love your feedback on that.
The option is there. It's one of those things that is probably better to have the option and see how it goes. That's cool. I love that. So yeah, you just drag these around. So if I want my lasers...
if you drag them up and down, yep, it changes the prioritization. So if you like in theory, you have 5 jobs in that view. You have 3. It looked like you had 3 generators and 2 weapons, and so if you have fewer workers than that, you had 3 weapons and 2 generators. So if you had fewer workers than that, let's say you only had 4 workers, they would operate 3 in that order. They would operate 3 on the laser and 1 on the generator, which might not be enough to keep those lasers afloat. So you would want to put generators above laser, and then if you had 4 workers, then 2 would be on the generators and 2 would be on the lasers.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And if you wanted it on a per device basis, you go into advanced mode and you operate it out. And
then you go
manage it
this way. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like the vertical. They from top to bottom they fill in the roles that way.
Gotcha. Whew. Yeah. You can really go in depth with this. That's for sure. Luckily, I haven't had to do that yet. I would imagine that by the next wave or so, it'll be getting more complicated. Yeah, Patchy Perfect. Alexa, our QA lead, is saying, folks, we would love to know to know how you like this and what could be improved, etc. Yeah, we're always listening to the community. There's a bunch of stuff that we put in here that have been directly from the community, and they've turned out really good so far. So yeah, keep at it. Visit our forums and our Discord. We're always active on there. But yeah, anything else? Any last minute things, Andy?
That's all. I think Maddie will be releasing the patch notes as well soon.
Yep.
So
right.
Pretty extensive. So let us know what you think.
Yeah, keep an eye on our Twitter and stuff for that. But yeah, let's call it there. Thanks everybody for joining. Look forward to update number 4 coming out on early access on Epic on Tuesday. So yeah, a couple days from now. Calaria says, any hints for what's next, TT? Andy?
At the shipyard.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll be able to customize the interiors of the layouts, and something that I think what we'll start getting requests on is like people to be able to save their layouts and load them so they can build like the same ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that we can support. We have to just kind of make the time for it. But for now, just it will be shipyard focused.
Nice. Yeah, looking forward to that. Yep. Thanks again, everybody, for joining. We'll catch you again next week for a different stream. And yeah, stay tuned for the Titan Tuesday drop on Tuesday. Bye.
See ya.
Welcome to Titan, Founder.